How are you doing without Devontae?
How am I?
Yeah.
He's still alive, you know that, right? He's alive.
But
like, what is it? You all right?
He's not here.
Are you okay?
No. I like watching him run routes.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice at that. This is a business, man. If we haven't realized that yet, then what are we doing? This is a business. It's a business first. Unfortunately, things happen. It's the way that it goes. I'm thankful that I got to play with him as long as I did. I think he gave us 8 amazing years, and we got a lot of memories created between the two of us. We got memories with our families, which will continue. We'll continue that bond, that brotherhood, and I'm happy for him. Happy.
It is a business, but we've talked about this. When these guys didn't bring you back the first time, you feel like it's your girlfriend breaking up with you. I think we talked about.
Yeah, I said that.
So how do you?
We're back together though.
How do you compartmentalize that part of it? And for you, who's still here, and Aaron, who's still here, and maybe for the player like Devontae, who obviously moves on, how does that part work when it's a business, but it's also personal?
Every good thing comes to an end. Whether it's when you're ready, things happen. Things happen in life. And life is much bigger than football, too. You look at us and you see football players, and that's a lot of times all you identify us as. But we have lives outside this game, and sometimes life takes us in different directions. And that's part of it. That's what you have to understand, that we're human and we make decisions, that aren't always best for who people think is best for. You can make a decision. I can judge you for your decision, but I can't make that decision for you. So I got a lot of respect for Tay. I've always had a lot of respect for him, the person that he is, the player that he is, the father that he is, and that's what it is. And, this won't be the last time that I ever see or talk to Tay, and I know that. One day we're not going to be playing football anymore, whether that's next year or whether that's 5 years from now. Y'all are going to forget about whatever. But I hope that we can appreciate the 8 years that he gave us, the 8 years of growth that we've seen from him, the player that he became, the man that he became. I believe you all loved him, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm happy that he's in a situation where he's happy and he can be around his family, close to his family, and play for a team that he grew up loving, and he has what he wants, so I'm happy for him.
Hey, Randall, how do you view just kind of your role now? What's going to be a rebuild room? There's going to be a lot of newcomers. Sammy's on board. Expected there's going to be some draft picks. I mean, that's going to be a whole new room outside of Allen and a couple of the young guys over here.
Yeah, I mean, every year is a different team. You have to figure out a lot of different things every season in this league. Nothing is a given, nothing is a certain. There's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that's probably going to happen between now and the draft and the season, and you take it day by day and do what you need to do every day to prepare yourself for the next day.
Randall, at any point this offseason, was there any part of you that thought, I don't want to take this pay cut, might have to end up somewhere else, or was it always here for you?
That was definitely a decision that I thought about, and like I said, whenever I left here, I never wanted to leave. But it was a part of the business. Like I said, things happen. You end up other places. Yes, maybe I could have said, hey, I'm not taking a pay cut and going and played somewhere else. But, I've moved 5 times in the past 4 years. I got kids now. Anybody that travels with kids knows it's not as easy. It's not as easy to move around with 2 kids under 3 and under. So I want to have a little stability for my kids. We're already, do 6 months here, 6 months in another place in the off season to, get some warm weather. But my kids are growing up, and they're growing up fast, and I want to give them some stability. So that's my focus is first and foremost. So they have familiarity with being here in Green Bay, and I want to keep that for them.
Hey, Randall, how different is this offense now compared to the one that you had to learn as a rookie in 2011, and is pleasing Aaron Rodgers in 2011 different than trying to please him in 2022?
How's the offense different? It's definitely a different offense, but for me personally, whenever I think about that, whenever I came into the league in 2011, it was a lockout year. I didn't have an off season. I didn't get to experience, OTAs and rookie mini camp and all those things. I got thrown right into the fire in training camp and had to learn on the go and be prepared for week one that was 4 weeks away from the time that we started training camp that year. So it's a learning curve, and like in school, some people learn a little faster than others. But it's important that you try to help out as much as you can with some of the younger guys, and I look at that as being part of my role in being here and trying to help give the wisdom and pass on everything that was given to me whenever I came into the league.
Randall, the offense is probably looking at having some rookie receivers this year. If you go back to your rookie year, we hear all the time about the transition from college to the NFL at that position. What were the biggest adjustments for you to make when you made that transition?
Well, I didn't feel like the game speed was that much of a difference from the SEC. I think the biggest thing was the percentage of error that you have. The error gap is a lot different. You could be a little off time in college and still create separation, but in the league, it's all about timing. It's about being open at the right times, not making your break too early, not making your break too late. But whether it be by steps or route that you have, or understanding the zone coverages and when the window is going to pop, and being able to sit in the window for a little bit longer. I think that was the biggest adjustment for me coming into the league.
How long does it take for that to click in for you?
Again, learning curve. I feel like I learned pretty fast. The offense, I feel like I learned the offense pretty fast, and then I started to. Once you learn the offense, you build more confidence. You have more confidence and understanding, and you can start focusing on other stuff. You can start focusing on your technique, your route running, and being able to dial into that. So it's just a learning curve. How fast can you pick up the offense and then take that next step?
You took on a mentorship role with Amari last year. How excited are you for kind of the opportunity to maybe do that with multiple guys this year, considering the possibility that you guys might draft several?
Yeah, well, that's every year. Every year you're bringing in guys, whether they're drafted or free agent signings. You have that opportunity, you have that ability. I'm excited about our room. We got some young guys with some talent, and again, it's about the learning curve, helping them along the way, helping them with study habits, finding ways to pick up little cues in the offense, things to think about, think outside the box, and being able to apply what they learn in the classroom to the field. So it's all a process, and you just try to help speed up the process as best as you can.
Randall, we know this is Matt's offense, but you do have a new offensive coordinator. What do you know about Steno? I mean, he was obviously a run game guy, not necessarily involved in the pass game. What do you know about him, and what do you think of him?
He's a lot of fun. I know his meetings are always fun. We always have a great time in there. He makes the game fun. I enjoy conversations that I've had with him. I enjoy who he is as a man, and I look forward to the opportunity to see him work and shine in this new spot that he has. He has great command of the room. He has a great presence on the practice field during games, and I've watched him from afar with the offensive line, and I think some of the things that he does with them as a group, when we talk about expanding that to the offense as a whole, I look forward to seeing the progress with him.
Randall, as you got to know Allen last year, kind of playing with him for an extended time for the first time, what made the strongest impression on you, and how do you think he'll respond, to potentially having more responsibility put on him now?
Well, he had a lot of responsibility before. You may not understand that because you may just look at the stats or look at his targets or whatnot. But he had a lot of responsibility. I don't think that's going to change. There was a lot that we expected out of Allen, and I look forward to having an opportunity to work with him again and seeing his growth. I think you look at the last 5 or 6 games of the season, and you just see this steady every week, just making plays with the opportunities that he had, and I think he has a special ability, and he was definitely hitting strides there towards the end of the season.
Randall, I've got kind of a hypothetical for you. Reports just surfaced that Deebo Samuel requested a trade from San Francisco. What about his game would make him exciting to play with?
Hypotheticals. I don't really believe in hypotheticals. That's a game for y'all to play. I don't really play that game.
Hey, Randall, it probably wasn't a really easy year for Amari last year, taking some of the rookie pains that come with that. What have you talked to him about going into the second year, and what he can do to establish himself and continue to grow?
Well, I'm going to start by saying this isn't easy. What we do is not easy. And for anybody to think that you can just walk into a place and become great, like, it's a process. It's a process. And, like, you want to talk about Tay. There was a lot of people sitting in this room wanted Tay cut, talking about Tay was going to be cut, if y'all remember that. So just give it time. Some people take a little longer to blossom. It's about me helping him understand and build confidence and know who he is, and allowing him to continue to grow, and giving him the space to grow, and not putting the pressure on him. Staying out those Twitter comments, because you can see a lot in there. Twitter is, they come for violence every time you get on there. So I think it's an understanding of who you are and just continuing to build confidence and belief in yourself. He knows he has the tools. It's about putting those tools to use and continuing to overcome that learning curve. So I think he has a great knowledge of the offense when you just hear him in meetings. Now it's just about applying it and continuing to build that confidence.
Randall, let me try again on Aaron. Is he a different guy now in terms of handling young receivers? We all know he was demanding in the past, but he seems much more zen, much more centered, all that stuff that he talks about. But do you see a different guy, and will he be different if, in fact, he has several draft pick receivers?
Yeah, for sure. I always look and be like, wait, who are you? Like, what are you? You used to talk to me like this. Why did I get that treatment? No, he definitely is a lot more zen, and he understands. I think he's better at communicating with some of the younger guys, and not being too forceful with it like he used to be. But again, it's about helping people grow and understanding that not everyone's the same, and you have to help and teach in different ways. But he's like your parent, right? Whenever you look at your parent and they treat your younger sibling a little different than they treated you, and you're like, wait a minute, like, what is this? But he's I definitely look forward to seeing how he is with some of the younger guys and in the situation that we'll be in this year.